There's an animal that might be asleep at your feet right now. It comes when you call. It reads your face. It would, some say, die to protect you. And it is descended directly from one of the most dangerous predators your ancestors ever knew. The wolf. Think about how strange that is. A creature built to hunt became the first friend your species ever made. So how did a wolf turn into a dog? And here's the twist. Your ancestors may not have done it on purpose at all. Let's start with the story you've probably been told. A brave hunter finds a litter of wolf pups. He takes them home. He raises them, tames them, breeds the gentlest ones. And slowly, over generations, wolves become dogs. It's a nice story. It's almost certainly not what happened. The real version is stranger. The wolves may have come to us, not because anyone invited them, because it simply paid to. To see how, picture your ancestors' camp. Wherever humans live, they leave a mess. Scraps, bones, waste, leftovers. To a hungry wolf, that pile of garbage is a feast. But there's a catch. To reach it, a wolf has to get close to people, and most wolves are far too afraid to try. To a wild wolf, a human is a threat, not a friend. Except a few. A handful of bolder wolves, just a little less fearful, dare to creep in and eat. And those wolves eat well. They survive better. They raise more pups. And their pups inherit that same boldness. Generation after generation, the friendliest, least fearful wolves thrive near humans. No one is taming anything. Nature is simply rewarding the wolves that can stand to be near us. Fear itself was being bred away, one bold pup at a time. Some scientists call it self-domestication. The dog may have essentially made itself, and we have astonishing evidence that this can happen fast. In Siberia, a scientist named Dmitry Belyaev ran a now famous experiment. He took wild foxes and bred them by one rule and one rule only. He picked the ones least afraid of humans, not the smartest, not the strongest, just the calmest. And then he did it again and again, for generations. What happened next stunned everyone. Selecting only for friendliness changed the foxes completely. Their ears got floppy, their tails began to curl, patches of white appeared in their fur. They started to whine and wag and lick hands. By choosing gentleness alone, he had accidentally bred animals that looked and acted like dogs. The tame fox and the dog seemed to rhyme, though scientists still debate exactly how wild those first foxes really were. But the core lesson held. Tameness and the whole dog package seemed to travel together. So forget the idea of a single first dog. There was no dramatic morning when a wolf became a pet. It was a slow blur across thousands of years. Two species drifting closer. Exactly when is still argued over. The evidence points somewhere between roughly 15,000 and 40,000 years ago. That is a huge window, and it tells you how murky this deep history really is. Maybe in more than one place. Maybe more than once. So let's reconstruct that first tentative night. It's cold and dark at the edge of a camp. A wolf lingers just beyond the firelight. It's hungry and wary but curious. It snatches a bone from the scrap pile, and the humans watching don't chase it away. Night after night, year after year, the distance shrinks. The wolf that once stalked beyond the fire ends up lying beside it because this was never really about one side conquering the other. It was a partnership and both sides won. The wolves got food and warmth and safety. The humans got something priceless in return. An early warning system with incredible ears and a nose. A hunting partner that could track and chase. A living heater on a freezing night. In a world full of teeth, an animal that hears the danger first is worth almost anything. And it worked so well for a deep reason. Wolves and humans are strangely alike. Both are social hunters. Both live in tight family groups. Both cooperate, share, and read each other's signals. Two pack animals recognizing something familiar in each other. When a human and a wolf met eyes across a fire, each saw a faint echo of home. But the dog didn't just move closer. It evolved to understand us. Here's something remarkable. Point at an object and a dog will follow your finger to find it. Sounds simple, but it isn't. The researcher Brian Hare showed that dogs are better at reading human pointing than wolves are, better even than chimpanzees, our closest relatives. Dogs evolved a talent aimed squarely at us, reading what we mean. And it goes deeper than that. You know the look. The big, sad, irresistible puppy dog eyes. That's not your imagination. The scientist Juliane Kaminski found that dogs evolved a specific muscle to raise their inner eyebrows. Wolves don't really have it. Dogs developed a face built to move us, a face that reaches straight into the human heart. We may have shaped that face without ever realizing we were doing it. And here is the most moving evidence of all. At a site called Bonn-Oberkassel in Germany, archaeologists found a grave about 14,000 years old. Buried in it were two people, and with them, a dog. That dog had been sick as a puppy, seriously ill. It could only have survived those weeks if people had cared for it, hand-fed it, kept it warm. They nursed a sick animal that could do nothing for them in return. And when they died, the dog was laid to rest beside them. By then it wasn't a tool, it was family, a wolf's descendant, mourned like one of their own. You can still see all of this in the animal at your feet. The way your dog knows when you're sad. The way it follows your pointing hand. The way it seems to smile when you come home. None of that is an accident, and none of it is in your head. It's the result of tens of thousands of years of two species evolving to understand each other. So look down at that sleeping animal one more time. Your ancestors didn't conquer a beast. Two lonely predators, out in the cold dark, slowly chose each other. One of them gave up the wild for a place beside your fire, and it never left. The dog asleep at your feet is the oldest friendship your species ever made. A hunter that traded its fangs for your companionship, and has been waiting by the fire ever since for you to come home.